Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So I'd like to start off today by saying welcome to the stream. Glad to have you guys here. It's going to be a really good one, I reckon. And of course, if you'd like to see my content grow, if you'd like to support me as a content creator, then I would ask you, if you are so able to do so, do consider becoming a patron of mine today. Really helps me out. And if you can't do Patreon, there are options for PayPal as well. If you want to get in touch, then do so. Might be able to arrange a print. So with that done, moving on. So, there's been much discussion today. I'm in a good mood. I think it's going to be good. So I'll just get set up and we'll be getting going in just a moment. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Right, so we do have a couple plans here, but let's see. It would be... There we go. Ah, that's the one I need. Okay. Yep, so there's a lot of discussion that I've been really having today. Oh, thank you very much, Fair Pirate. Really appreciate it, my man. Tenno, Heika, Banzai. Good to have you on stream, my friend. Yes, I've been doing a lot of discussion. I've been doing a lot of thinking about this, to be honest. I'm like, last night I didn't stream because went and played an RPG with friends. Wow, we didn't play. We like made a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition character, which took about forever. And then we did a little bit of Pathfinder 2, like talk about character creation, and then it got too late. But anyway, I got some time just to think over the actual situation here in the Pacific and what we want to do. So, how you doing there, Carl? I explained a plan of action regarding the landers and Celibus in Discord. Okay, I'll take a quick look now. Must have missed that. Okay. I say do not move these ships out of port and be ready for its attack by merging both task forces together in the same hex, having the maximum amount of protection on the APs, and with the security of the surface ships without risking anything. You don't jeopardize your lands while keeping your troops safe by having a massive surface ship in the area. I say don't have your task forces move at all, because look at what happened in Numair was nearly a disaster. You do raise a good point. The reason why we do have them on separate task forces is because the issue is if they are... I mean, I considered having them join... at least having the battleships actually join the task force directly, but I've been put off that one. The reason being, if we have them there in the actual task force itself, they will not fight effectively. Then the issue comes down to, well, if they are engaged in a force with the transports, it's a very bad situation, as the transports might be directly engaged past one of our own ships. So what we're going to do here, then, we have quite a lot to go over. But what the plan is going to be, then, I'm going to go over what we're going to continue to do and what we're going to change. So, we're going to continue to have the Mighty Mini Kutubatai move over there. We're not going to combine the surface task forces for a reason here, Carl. The reason being, so we can actually... we have a better chance of detecting him. Well, engaging him. You imagine that each of these hexes is 40 nautical miles. If we have all of our surface ships in one task force rather than two, there's a chance that he might, well, slip by the one task force and engage the amphibious, but there's less of a chance that he slips by two task forces and engages with them. So that's the reason I'm going with two. They are capable. I'm imagining that this is going to be the De Ruyter, Trump, I think it is Trump, and the Java. So if we go ahead and take a look then, so I'm looking at allied, well, here we go, allied ships. Can't see nationality on here, so we'll have to go all the way down. I'm not entirely sure what their classes will be. I think they're all like separate classes. At least one of them is a separate class. I think the Java is its own thing. Okay. Feature class, quite cool. Here we go. Right, so we've got the Java. Yeah, they are their own things. So the Java over here, now it doesn't have the most amount of armor actually. It's a nice ship, but it doesn't have the most. It's got a decent amount of 15cm guns, so 150mm guns. How you doing there, Monster? Good to have you as always. Pirate, protecting the CVLs and CVE is more important than the ground pounders. Well, this is why we're moving the carriers further away, which is good, gives us that distance. It does have, okay, that, yeah, I mean, that's dual purpose AA, looks like 40mm, which is decent enough. I mean, those are pretty damn good guns. Okay. So, 12.7mm machine guns. Okay. So, Java's not bad. She's pretty good on speed. Her endurance is really rather poor, though. That's not terrific. Durability is okay. Armor's alright. I mean, her maneuverability is actually pretty good. She's got 2 aircraft, so she's not bad. She's actually pretty decent. Let's see. De Ruyter. So, it looks... we've got about, what, 7 guns there. Yeah. 8 guns there with Java. Okay, she does have some nice AA. Is it 10 there? Let's see. Is there 10 on both of them? Alright, right side, left side. If I'm reading that correctly, that is rear. Which is a very interesting choice there. Which has got a decent amount of AA there, but it seems rather odd. It seems like it's geared towards the rear. Armor. Is the armor even less? Is it 50 for both? 75. Okay, so she's got 25mm less belt armor than the Java. We have Trump over here. Now, Trump, 6 guns there, 15 centimeters. So they're all out with the 15 centimeters. So Java has, what is it, 8. De Ruyter has 7. Trump has 6. You can see here that she's got the 40mm. I'm going to assume they're like Bolfers. I'm going to assume that they are basically the same as the Bolfers. So she has 4 on each side. Torpedoes. Is she only one with torpedoes? She might actually be the only one with torpedoes, yeah. The De Ruyter and Java don't actually have torpedoes. It's only the Trump, really, that does have torpedoes. Her range is at 11,000 yards. I mean, these would hurt. These would definitely hurt. She's got 6 of them, so 3 on each side. She's got 1 reload of these, so I think she can fire off 1 and then she can reload once. Or at least she's only got 1 volley. I can't remember how it works. I think it's only like 1 volley. Overall, yeah. Whoa, 30mm of armor there. Yeah, assuming that is millimeters. But yeah. She's only got 1 search aircraft. Okay, so Trump is the one that is probably more of a threat. Unconventionally due to her torpedoes. The Java is probably the biggest threat in a gunnery engagement, as she does have the most armor, she's got the most guns. But as far as it goes, the De Ruyter's really like the middle ground, but she does lack on the torpedoes. It's one of these, like, she's got decent AA, but it's at the rear, which is interesting. Probably still counts, probably still effective. But okay, so as a estimation of the class's effectiveness, they've got F1 on the Megamis. They're good, but they can't stand up to a Megami. So that's good to know. Now, as far as it goes for what else may be there, I'd say I don't think the repulsor... Sorry, no, I don't think the Prince of Wales is there. I think the Prince of Wales is probably still too heavily damaged. God knows where she is, but I don't know if she's still even in the Dutch East Indies, but then again, we'll see. So we can see here then, 8 ships. So one of them is probably Java. So let's say Java, De Ruyter, and Trump. So let's say that leaves us with 5 more ships. I'm going to assume that maybe 2 or 3 destroyers. There might be an allied heavy cruiser or 2. Possibly. So a competent force. Though the thing is with the light cruisers here, they have good maneuverability, but they don't have excellent maneuverability. And they don't have amazing armor, so it's going to be a very interesting fight. They do have search aircraft, which is good, but we do have ultimately more. Okay. Say, what is protecting the CVs directly now? So protecting the CVs directly, we do have 3 Myokos. So we have the Myokos, we have 3 of those, we have Nachi and Ashigara. So we have 3 heavy cruisers running direct protection over them, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 destroyers. But bear in mind that we have the Kagero. Another Kagero. Probably, yeah, there. Ashishio or something like that. 2 of those. And then Shirachu Shushu. So actually, our best destroyers are protecting the Minikipi. Of course, we do still have the Chiyoda. She's got, like, some AA, but she's not exactly a warship, is she, as such? The werewolf is there to help. How you doing there, Sal? How you doing there, battling Giza? Greetings, Gate. Great. I almost said Gate. Greetings, Gate Warriors. How you doing there, my friend? Okay, so yeah. I'm going to assume that this is Hermes. Now, what I've done here is actually, if you take a look, is it actually still on here? It might be before, actually. Ah, right, yes. What I've done here is we've taken a look at the actual seascape, and you can see here we have ocean shallow, ocean deep. What I've decided to do with the I-164 is she doesn't have a huge amount of ammunition. Now it's showing it, yeah, we've got 44% of our ammunition over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to head directly towards what's probably Hermes, and then start the patrol here, and then work our way back towards Surabaya. The reason being, I'm not going to patrol this way because I'd rather patrol his exit route, because it's not even guaranteed he will attack. It's probable. It is probable. He probably will attack. I mean, the thing is, I'm like completely expecting it, but we'll see. But also, it will be scary because it will be in horrible weather, making this much harder. It depends, really. The weather may clear. It does depend. Like, this weather won't last forever. But in some ways, it does help us. But we'll be moving out to these positions here, so we'll see about that. So what we're going to do here, then, is previously I was going to have these guys patrol further, but I'm going to keep them at Kandari. Now, what I could potentially do here, then, is, it's hard to say. I think I did have a suggestion from Major, basically, which does fix our issues. One of the issues being, well, we want the ships to go there, but we don't want to weigh them down and make them less effective. So I think what we're going to do here, then, is have the BBs actually escort. Well, not escort per se, but escort in reality. But the question is, do I actually do this with the battleships, or do I use the others? I think I'll probably have them with the battleships, and then at least we do have the strongest actually with the amphibs. So what I'm going to do here, then, is rather than have them patrolling that area, I'm going to have them follow Task Force 102. Now, 102 isn't going to be moving anywhere, and these guys are going to be there. Right, so they're going to stay there. Retirement, I'm going to say remain on station. I'll put the reaction down to, let's say... See, this is it. I could have the reaction on so they could actually actively engage. I'm going to keep... hard choice, really. Obviously, they need to remain on station so they don't disappear, but I'm going to have them just... I'll keep them on reaction 1, I reckon. So then what we do then is obviously we have the heavy cruisers over here. So I'm going to increase their reaction to, let's say, about 3. The reason being... Well, then again, if I... yeah, we want them to react. But it's one of these of, like, where do we want them to react to? I think I'll have them react within 1 hex, and then at least they stay very close by. They're going to continue to patrol this area, which is good. They're going to remain on high. Now, what I'm going to do here then is go through the actual search planes. Yeah, see, this is the thing, Pirate. They're going to be following the amphibs, so they're not going to be moving away too far. But what I want to do here then is basically have the heavy cruisers be the ones that probably do take the combat, at least the first round of combat, and then should they survive, or what survives, or what makes it past, would then have to engage with the 4 BBs, or at least then just be powdered into the dust, ideally. I think the actual heavy cruiser force of the Megami is excellent. I think they're very strong. Now, if I go ahead and take a look, so we've got Megami and Makuma. Obviously, they're both the Megami class. So if I take a look, then obviously the ship database, we'll take a look at Japanese ships. Miyoko's. Right, so we've got the Megami. Apparently it's 2 different classes of Megami, even though they look exactly the same. Okay, so we'll take a look at this Megami. So you can see here, for example, the Megami does have twice the armor of the Java. Deck is about 10mm more, I think it is, but the tower's pretty damn good. So we can see here then we do have a 200cm gun. So we've got 50mm larger guns than that of the Java. We also have 10 of them. So the thing is, it comes down to what we got. So I'm not going to do maps on screen. I'm just going to do it on a calculator. It's easy, but I'm not going to do it. So we've got 8 for Java. We got 7 for Dorota and 6 for the Tromp. So we've got 21 in total 150mm barrels versus 20 200mm barrels, which is good. Bear in mind that the position is important as well. We've got them at the fore and after the ship, so that's quite important there. Very capable. We do have dual-purpose 127mm guns as well. So those are the AA guns, but obviously they are dual-purpose, which is very handy. So we have superior primaries, we have superior secondaries. We also do have much better torpedoes. We have more of them as well. So you can see that we have a total of 6 torpedoes on one side and 6 on the other side. They also have a reload and they have a range of 22,000 yards, so double that of the Allies. Okay. I don't know if you like not placing everything on your landing. He's asking for trouble. Can he even attack and get through your surface ships off the same hex on your APs? Well, this is it. They're both in the same hex. The heavy cruisers are given more in the way of flexibility. They're still in the same hex, so they are still potentially there to protect the amphibs, well, amphibs indirectly. The battleships are going to stay closer to make sure that they do, well, potentially do have that. They may withdraw in battle, but at least they're still there. Who's commanding the cruiser force? We'll take a look at that soon there, monster. The BB should be the hammer to any stake that sticks out. Yeah, pretty much. Regarding the BB task force, having TF composed from 6 capital ships and only 4 escorts is less than ideal. They cannot effectively screen, high chance eating fish from a sub or a DD. You are correct on that. It's like, I'd like to have... Well, I mean, this is it. I'd like to have more DDs. I really would. It's one of these of, I considered having it broken into 2. But I think it's probably more effective together just because it's like, I'm spreading my destroyers even further then. I could potentially detach 1 destroyer from the heavy cruiser force, which would take us down to 8 ships. I could potentially do that. But then again, it's like moving ships when they might be in the same hex. Oh, you say break the big BB force down. Oof. And I'm not opposed to it. I mean, if the argument's good, then I'll listen. I can feel like I'm going to probably spend a long time on this one here. For all the CELs, even with the CAs, more torpedo tubes. Yeah, it's a fair point. Well, just have the BBs actually, I suppose that does help us out. I mean, the CLs could obviously move. They're quite maneuverable. They're probably unlikely to be torpedoed. They might be, but they're less likely to be than BBs, really. Maneuverability's about twice. It does mean that each BB does have a direct escort. It does take us down to 8. Supposedly the number 8 is quite good. Okay. You are right on the actual torpedo tube zone. So we'll try that. And this is it. It's one of these things of where there's a lot to consider here. But it would mean that this force becomes even more effective, and it's a very effective force already, actually. Right, I'm going to place them on high. Well, then again, I'm going to place them on normal just in case. They would be on their own. So that means that we do have this force moving out. Now, what speed are they moving at? They're moving 32 knots versus 25 of the battleships. So in theory, they may arrive... It might be one of those where they arrive at the same time, but they might in theory arrive a little bit sooner. What's left to unload from the amphibs? From the amphibs, I've got about 4,468 troops with 120 pieces of equipment and about 4,291 supply. Now, the equipment's not the issue, it's the troops. It would have been nicer to have different ships doing this, but this is it. Yeah, you're right there on that one there, Major. It's one of these things of I think it's probably better to try and load these ships while they're here, because then at least I'm not having to... It's one of these, it's like, I'm not saying it's the wrong option, I'm not saying it's necessarily the right option, I'm saying it's probably one of the options. I do lean towards keeping everything together. Check what exactly has to be unloaded. I believe it's majority of support squads. So, support there. So, IJ, infantry, not much. Mostly support there. Support. Same again. This is a little bit of equipment there. Okay. Forget unloading for now and suspend and unload and run west. Oh, east. What I may do then... The issues... I mean, Well, she has a torpedo boat. She went for the penetrable busters to get off of the boat. I don't know. See, Infinite did support this option as well. And, well, we run the risk of torpedoes, but we run the risk of torpedoes here anyway. Moving to that shallow ocean would be very nice. That's true. I know I said I would love to get this unloaded, but I think the issue is if this was less... It's one of these, isn't it? If we had the port, then I could have just disbanded here, but we don't. So, yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll take that. So we'll cancel the unloading. It's one of these. It's like, I don't think one argument is particularly better than the other one. And do your troops have enough supplies for 1-3 days of battle? They've probably got supplies for this day of battle. If that, really. The thing is, it's like, if we deal with the initial situation, I think we will have a victory here due to the fact that obviously we do have the aircraft. Yeah, the Kandari garrison's about 50 AV, something like that. We have about 394 there at the moment. I mean, what's the actual terrain? Terrain is, I think it's jungle. Can't quite tell. I don't think it would have fortified it. I mean, I think Rabal had fortifications. I can't remember if Rabal... I think Rabal had fortifications, and I think it had a stronger garrison, actually. I can't quite tell. It kind of looks like jungle, but I really can't see. I mean, it's clear over here, but it kind of looks like jungle. Is it really? I mean, if it is clear, then that's fine. I just can't quite tell. It kind of looks like a G, but I don't know. Sometimes I wish you could actually... Can you... Yeah, I'd love it if you could actually tell. Is there some other way to potentially tell here? It'd be great if it told you what the actual, like, terrain type was like here sometimes. Oh, are you talking about the task force there, Carl? They won't merge if battle starts. At least I don't think so. I don't think there's like a sort of march to the sound of guns thing. As such. The Kandari garrison has a little white bunny with a huge pointy teeth. Are you still going for MacArthur or did the plan change? Well, I think what we'll do then is, once we do take the base at Kandari, it does give us significantly more options. The likelihood, I'd say it's probably, I mean, knowing THG, it's probably about a 90% chance he does come running in here. So we do have to take that into our consideration. The thing is, it's like when it comes to MacArthur, if we do defeat this force over here, and most importantly, if we do take the base at Kandari, I've got guys over here, so I've got the H6K2L Mavises, I've got those over here who could begin to immediately move aviation into Kandari, which is excellent. We do have assets that would be within about a week or so of arriving here, maybe a little bit longer. We're looking to get an air HQ down here. We're going to take the 5th, that was previously going to be handed to the South Pacific, but the 5th would do excellent here, or even potentially the... Actually, I think I began to load. Yeah, I did begin to load. Well, I was going to consider it. Yep, I'm considering loading up the 23rd Air Flotilla. We do have a number of other ships in the area that could help to pick them up, but I think it might be worthwhile trying to get them in here as speedily as possible. So we could at least then begin to... well, we'd have the aviation support for one, and we'd have the ability to run torpedoes. And if we can run torpedoes in this area with G3s, G4s, whatever you want to call it, in combat air patrol, well, escorts, we completely shut this area down. So I think it is pretty much a definite, it pretty much is a definite thing that he probably, yeah, he will more than likely come to attack us at Kandari. The reason being, if he doesn't, and he loses Kandari, or it doesn't hurt us enough at Kandari, etc., etc., then, I mean, he's going to lose Kandari anyway. He can't stop that now. But the thing is, it's like, if he doesn't fight for this now, his ships are going to be basically forced out of the area anyway. So this is his best chance. Okay. Right, okay. But given how the naval combat routine works, it's often better to split 4 PBs and 10 TDs over 2 equal. Yeah, more than likely. Right, so what we're going to do then is, we're going to take that on board. And this is it, it's like, I've been pretty much undecided on either or of them, because both of them are good plans, but I think this one, it's one of these I've been considering it a while. So we're going to have a move over there. Now, the question comes down to threat tolerance. I could have them at low threat tolerance, but the thing is, it's like they will probably seek to engage. I could probably put there in. The thing is, though, we want them to go there, and only there. Because anywhere else is deep ocean, and it's not what the Kidbatai is. So, I think we'll keep them on absolute for the time being. If I put it on high, they might still react and run somewhere else where things become significantly more complicated then. So we'll keep them on absolutes, at least we know that if they survive, they'll make it over here. And even if we lost the support elements entirely, let's say we lost the entire fleet, it'd hurt, it'd sting, but it wouldn't stop us, it just delays us ever so slightly. It'd hurt, don't get me wrong, it would hurt, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. The thing is, he's more than likely to lose the vast majority of his force, if not the entire force he sends in here. Which, again, this is something I've been speaking about for a while now. I get why he's doing these sort of suicidal tactics, and it's like they do have a potential to work. He's had good success run beforehand. We did have a lot of luck the last time by Comac and by Luganville. But the thing is, they only work for so long, and the thing is, it's like, these ships here that are more than likely going to die, I just can't see a good reason as to why not preserve your force. The thing is, you're going to have so many ships, but why not have more? Well, this is it, but even the Soviets, they only had a limited amount of manpower. I just think it's silly. I just think it's one of these of it's like, well, let's say, okay, so you're going to get 100 light cruisers. Well, wouldn't it be better to have 101 than a, you know what I mean? Okay. The thing is, though, it opens him up to being defeated, and the thing is, it's like, he might have all these ships coming in the future, but they're not here now. And the thing is that matters the situation now, because the situation in the future could be different. Okay. Well, this is it, isn't it? What would provoke the Soviets to enter the war? Me moving all my men out of Manchuria, probably. Right, so let's check this over. They're going to go on absolute. They're going to head over that way. They've got an escort of the torpedo boat here. They're going to remain on station. That's fine. Tell them, do not unload cargo. Just make sure they move out of here. So they're going to pull out. Now, the question comes down to how is he going to engage us? Or where would he potentially engage us? So let's say, for example, right, okay, so we'll set the patrol over here then. So his direct path back to Kandari is obviously along this. So if we look here then, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexes. Then 7 hexes to Kandari. So he's got 7 hexes to actually move. Now, the... still clicked on it, Kandari, yep. So we've got 3 hexes to move with the battleships. Well, the thing is, it's like these heavy cruisers are good. I mean, you look at the actual historical battle of the Java Sea, but the thing is, like, we're going to have significantly more force than that. Yeah, I mean, potentially so, but the thing is, it's like... Is it going to be the Navy that decides the war for Japan as such? It obviously heavily influences it, but it comes to a point at which, well... If we're at a point where it comes up to straight-on naval engagement deciding things, it's never going to work, because the US will just produce more and more ships. The thing is, we've got to hold the positions, we've got to fortify the positions. It's more about the positions that we take and the actual positions that we establish during these years that will matter. The Navy... I think it's one of these things, if we put all our hopes into the Navy, I think we stand to lose. Because the Navy is something that is finite, the Navy is something that can be defeated. The way I think our victory, if it is indeed possible, will work is from holding the correct positions and really following the correct strategy, really. The islands are indeed our fortresses, but the issue is it's like, he can bypass our fortresses. It's one of these, you can't rely on one or the other as such. The angry Essex and Fletcher Swarm will defeat the IGN. Yeah, pretty much. This is it. It's like it can't be avoided. It's one of these things of this is why I'm so heavily invested in obviously having islands and the ground-based air power. But okay, so we can see obviously they would move this way. Pretty much. But even then, the IGN is the glass hammer. It's a hammer that you don't even want to have to swing, really. I'll say, okay, so the thing is, it's like I could patrol around Kandari. So what we'll do then is we'll patrol around Kandari. Now, I could place the reaction at... I do want them to... well, then again, I could go for maximum reaction. I think I'll set the reaction down to about 2. So let's say that they were here, they would then react. The reason I'm going to go with that is I want to make sure that the battleships arrive by that point, which they probably should arrive by that point. I don't think it's possible for him to outdo us. It depends, though. He has to, obviously, cover 4 hexes. Then 5, then 6, then 7. The 2 light cruisers are going to join up there. Okay. I'm gonna have the Pete's at night. There's quite a few Pete's there, actually. I'll have them run day. So that leaves us with about half day, half night. Okay. So they're not going to follow. So what I'll do then is I'll set them to obviously go patrol at Kandari. But what I'll do then is I'll place that reaction up to... And I could say 4. The thing is, it's like... We don't know if there's anything else in these waters over here. I do doubt it. But I'll say 4 because then that obviously takes into consideration here. So if they detect them here, they might go and engage. So I think 4's probably okay. They're going to go merge. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my mind to a degree. I'm going to probably... I think I'll have 2 of these Jakes run night patrol, but I think I'm going to have maybe... See, I think... Yeah, okay. What we'll do here then is we'll have the Nachi, Ashigara 1, and Miyoko 1 run night patrols with the Jakes. The rest can run day. And then obviously the Pete's. And we're going to have a fair amount of naval surge. I could run this single aircraft at night. I'm running against one of these. Don't you like manually choosing commander for your task forces? I do. It's one of these things. We have done it before. It's just one of those things of, well, I can't do it at sea, unfortunately. Now we've got Taman Yamaguchi leading the mighty Kidabutai. They're on ASW, which is obviously not what I want. I think sometimes it's so easy to click the wrong button just because it's like you go slightly like that and you end up clicking that one. Right, so they're running 100% naval search. Well, what I'll do then is I'll start them at 100% naval search and everything, and then that makes it easy. Okay, Pete can run night. So that's 4 Pete's on night time. Okay, what I'll do is I'll run all these single Jakes at night. Though you're on board the same ship, I believe, so I might as well keep you... Yeah, you're on the Ashigara. You're on the Ashigara. So I'll keep you at day. Okay, so that leaves us with... about 16... day surge. Actually, no, I'll put you on night as well. Thank you very much for Infinite. Yeah, see, I'm gonna, like, say that Major and Infinite have been really, really helpful in this. It's one of these things, it's like discussing each plan, discussing the ideas. It's like, there's a lot of good ideas. I think the issue comes down to the fact that we don't know what exactly he's gonna do. So we're trying to... I think this is it. Infinite will say to me, well, move the transports, and Mages said it. So I think it's one of these. It's like if 2 of the 3 people are saying move them, then yeah, probably a good idea to move them. Hello there, 18 Mirror. Good to have you as always, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Ah, first time? Well, welcome. You're going to hear a lot of crap. We're about 36 minutes in. Sorry, 37 minutes in. We've only done this. Whenever they're finished, we're doing this. Which is about typical. About typical for me. Okay, so 15 Jakes run day search, which is fine. They're all running 100% there, which is excellent. Yeah, okay. I mean, this is a decent enough force. I mean, it could do with more ASW, but it's one of these of where we're not exactly in the greatest situation. We need more DDs, most definitely. So they're set to low threat threshold. I'll have them go patrol there, make sure they don't leave. They are on mission speed, human control, obviously. They're going to go patrol, so that's fine. They're going to remain on station there. Okay. 100% naval search. 100% naval search. There we go. We're going to figure out where they are. What I might do is have you run night as well. Okay. So, 100% search. Okay, so we've got 6 of them here. So it looks like, well, actually 5 of them. This guy's in for maintenance 1 day. That's a shitload of fatigue. Okay. I'll run these guys out at night. In fairness, I might even reduce that reaction down to 1. It's one of these of, well, the battleships are set to more reaction. Patrol around Kandari. It's a difficult one, because I suppose it's like as it goes. So let's see here. So I'm going to bring up the drawing tool. I tell you what, if somebody buys a print, I'll upgrade this. So I can actually get more stuff. Okay, so this is Kandari. So 1 reaction would be here, like here, here, something like that. 2, something like that. 2's probably a good idea. Might go back to 2. Obviously, the BBs are like 4 or something like that. I guess we'll go with 2. I think 2's probably a good idea. It's basically where this landmass is. So, I mean, like, let's say here then. And it also stretches out here as well, so... Which is decent, so if it does try to move by, we've still got that. 3, I worry about 3 because I don't want to go and engage him. I'd rather stay by my assets and within range of the carriers as such. And also close by to the battleships. So we'll set it up to 2. We have... Sakayima Shakao. 78 naval, aggression 63, so he's a good commander. In charge of the BBs, we do have... is it Ishisaki? Well, Izazaki, Ishisaki, Izazaki, Izazaki, something, I don't fucking know, something like that. We'll call him Noboru. So we have Noboru. So 65, 68, so not quite as good of a task force commander as such, but still very aggressive, which is good. I put the Petes on combat patrol. They don't have the range for naval search, but they do have enough speed to harass Swordfish. I mean, that's not a bad idea, actually. That's not a bad idea at all. How you doing there, Nomadic? Doing pretty well there, my friend. We're just making some of the decisions here as to how we go on with the battle of the... Let's call it the Banzai. I do like that idea with the Petes, though. That does make sense. And it also does take into consideration, obviously, the potential for a strike here. So I like that. We'll go with that, man. Even if it doesn't do much, and even if it just intercepts them, that's still fine. Hello there, Cal. So what we're going to do then, so the plan has changed. We're going to move the task forces to 71103. The carriers are going to move to 71103. The the CAs are going to be on 2 reaction, but stay at Kandari. The BBs are set to 4 reaction. I might just place it up to 6. I guess I don't know. No, I think 4. We'll keep it at 4. The BB's going to head over here on 4 reaction because this is like, this is 3 hexes away, so we still are able to react in this area here, which is good. Okay. Yeah, I'll put these guys on combat patrol then. It does make sense, actually. Put them about, 100%. 10,000 feet works. It's not a bad idea. It gives us some additional combat patrol, which is nice. Okay, there we go. Yeah, one of those Pete pilots gets A status. Yeah, that'd be quite amusing. Oh dear. Okay, so they're set to remain on station. They've got enough fuel in the area. Oh, their Swordfish will be... Well, that's pretty true. Okay, but that's not a bad idea then. Yeah, we'll have them at 100 feet then. At the end of the day, that's not a bad idea. They are like last ditch, aren't they? Yeah, they get more maneuver. Well, yeah. Works fine by me. At the end of the day, you are right. If they do intercept those Swordfish, then at least they're going to be out. They're going to be down there, aren't they? So that's fine. Okay. So the good thing is at least then they're moving over to where the Kiddipatai is, because I've currently got. So I've got. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So I've got the Ryujo Squadron. They're going to be running long-range combat patrol over Task Force 4-2, which is the obviously cruisers, which will be joined by 2 more light cruisers. So they've got combat air patrol over the top of them. And then Task Force 102, which is the actual amphibious, they've got combat air patrol over them. I mean, it's one of these. I could potentially take off that combat air patrol and put it onto 4-2 as well. What I might do here then... Right, sorry, we have Hosho over here. So I could divide Hosho. What I'm maybe considering is having 1 or 2 of the Hosho. Well, sorry, maybe having 1 of them, so maybe like A. So having 7 A5 M4s run long-range combat air patrol over the amphibious, so then that would free up another 7 or 8 A6 M20s to run long-range combat air patrol over Task Force 4-2, which is most likely to be attacked, and for the longest part. The reason why I'm suggesting toning down their combat air patrol is because, well, escort is because they are moving to where the Kiddipatai is, so they benefit from having more cover anyway, as they're going to be in the right position to be covered. I think we'll go with that. I think it's a really difficult situation because it's like I wish we had more zeros, but we don't. So we take what we have. So what I'll do is I'll take a detachment, place them on, long range combat patrol. So they've only got a range of 6, but they're not going to be anywhere that far. They're not going to be far away anyway. I'm moving closer all the time anyway. So... question comes down to if he's escorting his bombers in, then we're kind of like effed. But It's one of these, really. Yeah, pretty much. You are right there, Nomad. I think it's one of these. It's like, I think if we dilute our forces too much, then we stand to lose. The reason why I think I could probably get away with using the A5M4s instead of the A6M20s is because, well, for one, we shot down 11 Swordfish, which is really one of these things. See the TIE is overloaded with planes. I wish we could move them about. It's a little bit harder. No escort on the AP themselves. They will be at Gibby location after first move. That's a fair point, yeah. Suppose it's by the time it happens, they're already over here. The thing is, it's like, we are very close. Yeah, okay, well, what we'll do then is we'll rebuild that then. Have them at 100% combat patrol. It is a bit of a risk, but it does mean that we have the most projection. I might be able to get some more on here, actually. Let's see. Ryujo. Okay, so we might actually be able to move the vast amount of... Yeah, okay, that's good. So, like, let's see. So, quick question here, guys, for those of you who are knowledgeable. If I was to move the torpedo bombers over to the Ryujo... Now, we've only got 21 torpedoes, so we have to take that into consideration. I might only be able... Well, to be honest, I could only probably move one. But if I move them over onto the carrier Ryujo, they will still be obviously able to join the battle next turn. I can't see why they wouldn't, but obviously it's good to be sure. But that would allow us to then pick up another 6 torpedoes, which is really excellent, actually. How you doing there, Pino? Good to have you as always, my friend. So I realise this kind of question isn't helpful, the local tactical situation, but how do you win as a Japanese? You got to win via victory points, really. You can do quite well. Aircraft that transfer in a turn have the potential not to fly during the turn. Depends on distance, but I wouldn't muck around with it on the... Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Something to bear in mind in the future, then. We'll have to go as it is, then. So, right, okay. What I'm going to do, I mean, the good thing is I've got a few reserves over here, which is nice, so at least we do have the potential to carry on the battle. What I'm going to do here then is drop that altitude down to 6,000 feet. I'm also going to up the amount of search to... I'm going to say... I'm going to say 10% on these squadrons with the torpedoes, because obviously I do want to get more torpedoes out there. So we'll set them all 6,000 feet. But what I'm going to do here then is... With Hosho. So one of these squadrons can use torpedoes. We've only got 6 torpedoes. So Hosho is going to use torpedoes. Hosho B is not going to use torpedoes. She's going to use bombs. But I'm going to have her run 100% search. The reason being we're more likely to be able to detect the enemy then, and more likely to potentially set up a strike perhaps. I consider it with these guys as well. But it is still something to be said about 500-pounder bombs. Your low naval's pretty decent, besides you. Okay, I'm just going to quickly save it, just in case. Where'd you get the map mod for this and one of these from? I've got links to them. They were from... oh god, I forget it, chem kit, but I believe he had to go into witness protection is the thing I've heard. So he had to delete all his stuff on the forums and etc. But I have them all somewhere. Where is it? Maybe Warren Pacific. Okay. The best thing you want to do is go onto the actual Discord if you're not already on the Discord, and if you look at it pinned on the Warren Pacific section, you'll find all the stuff there. You have to probably scroll up a little bit. At some point in the future, I'll like make it all, well, I'll organize it a little bit better, but it's one of these things, it's like, I'm going to try and make like an all-in-one tutorial in the future of how to install the game. It's just obviously trying to get to that point of where, yeah, I understand it myself. Sometimes it'll be weird. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'd be able to do it myself, to be honest, to like explain it properly. It's a little bit convoluted. I'll have to go for it in the future some point. Okay. Right, so we'll double save that to make sure. If you check on the first War in the East video of Voices from the Ostfront, it's either the first or the second one, I believe I did leave some links behind to the mods I was using. It's definitely one of the earlier episodes. Okay. Well, yeah, I hope that helps. Goodbye, Hanamoto. Not to group reserve to reserve. Okay, that's going to take a day, which isn't a great thing. Let's make him out of again, let's see. Right, okay, so it goes straight away like that, which is obviously good. Okay. Quest Veteran. Sold by Naval Torpedo. Okay, so we've got 6. Jesus, your eyes have to be good for this. 6, 7, 6, 6, 7, 4, 6, 7, 6, 6. I think it's Nora. Didn't do that right. What we'll do then is we'll overturn again. His gamers pass smooth show that he likes. Yeah, I saw that comment there, by the way, AT. We have changed how we're going to react to this. We have changed that. We'll go over it in just a moment, but we are changing how we're reacting. Right. Okay, release to reserve. Goodbye. Ah, how you doing there, J Street? How was your Sunday? Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I'm trying. I ordered 2 new battle group books. I'm waiting for the battle group book, well, theater book, Fall of the Reich and Barbarossa to arrive. I can't wait for them to arrive. The reason being, I'm probably going to start a 10mm World War II army just because it is cheaper from Bandraken. The prices are excellent. And it's one of these. It's fucking so much easier. That, and you don't need a bigger board. You don't need a big board to do like a big battle, which is nice. So yeah, that is my Sunday. Just wait for those books. Besides that, what have I done? I tell you what, I don't even really play games that often anymore. I really just play this and just, for the most part, just watch stuff at this moment in time, or just do a little bit of painting. That's about it, really. Strange. You find yourself just playing less and less as you get older. It's weird. Okay, so back to you, Crest Veteran. What I'll do then is, they're going to be bombing anyway, so what I'll do then is go to low naval. So he's good anyway, so it's Minora at the top anyway. So release most skilled. Two active. There we go, excellent, we got him. That's what I wanted. So he's run 20 missions. Some of these guys have never run a mission here. Ah, see, this is it. It's like I like bolt action. The thing is, it's just so expensive at 28 mil. I'd really honestly recommend Battle Group. It was phenomenal. Like, obviously I've got the second channel, Australian Gaming with Richard York. I actually did put up another episode of Battle Group on there today. The only issue with that one is just it's like we're playing a conservatory and just absolutely just poured it down, like absolutely incredible rain. So the issue was it was very loud there, which is unfortunate. But anyway, like it was just excellent. It's the fact that you have all these platoons, but each section of the platoon is actually independent. So for example, I had 3 Shermans, but these Shermans were able to act independently of each other. You don't have to move them as a platoon, you can move them independent, which is amazing. Really opens up a lot of options. Okay, here we go. So, another thing as well is I suppose when it comes down to it, yeah, I'm going to have these guys run 100% as well. So what we're going to be doing then is, yeah, about 13 of Hosho's bombers are going to be running 100% naval search. The reason being, well, only 6 of them can use torpedoes, and it's the torpedoes that we really want in action due to the fact that these guys obviously are torpedo bombers. They can use their 250 kilogram bombs, but I think it's better to know where the enemy is. If we can see our enemy, we can actually hit him. And the thing is, we are going to be further away, so I'd like to increase that. Plus, we don't know what other dangers there are around here. So we'll go with that. Okay. So the amphibs are going to head over there. The cruisers are going to be on 2 reaction and in this area. The battleships are going to be on 4 reaction. The 2 light cruisers are going to go ahead and join this force over here. Why not record one of your games where you get your force painted? Are you talking about in Battle Group? I mean, I've got the second channel, Australian Gaming, with Richard York. I'll post a link of one of the actual chat now, actually. The only thing is, like, I always look shite on camera. I look so bad on camera. That, and it's like, I've got one of, I bought a lavalier set of microphones. The thing is, it's like when you're wearing one of these like lavalier microphones, because you've got like the actual microphone set, whatever you want to call it, transmitter, I forget what they actually called, on your actual belt. The antenna sticks up underneath your shirt, so it kind of makes you look like, it's strange. But I'll put a link here in the chat. There you go. Naval search for Japanese aircraft. What is this madness? The Japanese never use such valuable warplanes for mere searching. Well, this is it, isn't it? I think the American doctrine was have the carriers able to search for themselves, whereas the Japanese doctrine was very much like the carriers are offensive. It's the other ships that identify the targets, which, yeah, it works when it works, but it's one of these things, it's like if you can identify your own targets, you're pretty good. But then again, the Japanese can identify their targets anyway, so it's one of these, it's just probably better to have your own independent. That's really geared to that. Okay. So I think as far as we go, we're done here besides one little change. So we'll go over here to Tayo. Not Tayo. Yeah, here we go. Ryujo and... So Ryujo is over 4-2. 4-2 being the... Yep, that's it. Right, Ryujo. 142 is going to run long-range con-air patrol over 4-2. There we go. Okay. Random question. How much longer till the next new CV? 0 days. There she arrived. Is she at Osaka? Shoho arrived this turn. She over here? Yeah, she's over here. Oh, CV. Oh, she's a CVS. Oh, no. There we go. Yeah, we got Shoho just arrived. Let's see. So it's only Ryuho, we've accelerated her construction. But she'll arrive sometime in 1942. She should arrive maybe about February or something, a little bit sooner than that, or a bit later than that. But the next one being Ibuki, she doesn't arrive until 1945. The next one is Yunyo, but I think she should arrive a little bit earlier than that, as we are accelerating her. I wish they showed you the actual date. It does worry me sometimes, because it's like she's on acceleration, but I don't know what her actual date is. I think this date represents, like, normal construction. We'll check on the actual plan later on. Okay. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this once again. So, aircraft losses. What's a shame losing them to ops. But yeah, we can see here that we shot down 11 zeros. Sorry, 11 swordfish. Which is good. Yeah, it would be nice to get them. We don't have a huge amount of naval shipyard points. We're gonna like choose. Okay. So. Okay. No upgrade to the 0 from Claude's or for the ones that arrived. We don't have the A5M, sorry, the A6M3 or the M5 yet. Yeah, I wasn't kidding there, no bad. It was really like we were like having to shout. It's just, it's one of those things. It's like we only had a limited time to record as well, so it's like, the issue as well is like with all the, it puts you off, and that's the thing, it puts you off. I ended up like walking into a chair, and it turns out I think it's either in part 2 or part 3. I ended up knocking my microphone off. The good thing is I'm just loud anyway, so Richards might pick me up well enough. Oh dear. Honestly, I'm going to be happy once Yamato is gonna... Yeah, I can't wait to see Yamato. She's gonna be awesome, like Yamato. Okay. Right, so let's see here. So there's 17 zeros of Zuiho. They're going to be running basically complete escort, which is great, 20,000 feet. We have... Yeah, I mean, that's a good number. That is a good number of actual zeros there. Really quite happy with that. I think it's making the best of a worse situation, really. Yeah, I mean, that is like 17 zeros, so at least we've got 17 zeros there. And we do have a little bit more, but obviously these guys are on reserve. I might take them out of reserve so we can actually get them into the field. But the good news is we've got 17 zeros there in 2 separate squadrons. We're in total 17. But they're going to be running long-range combat air patrol over Task Force 4-2, which is also going to be in the danger zone. So, there we go. Team problems, it's not going to be perfect first time. Yeah, this is it. But I really enjoyed playing Battle Group. It was really good. Like, I think what I'm going to be doing next time is maybe in 10 mil or 15 mil, probably into 15 mil, is I'm going to be putting together another US Armored Force. I'm probably going to take 3 M10 Wolverines. I was thinking 3 M10 Wolverines and M4 Sherman with a 105mm gun, an M7 Priest, and a reconnaissance platoon in a Jeep, and then an armored platoon in experience with no support additions. Maybe something else I can't remember, but I think that comes out as 350. Just got the rule books. Altar Freedom and Black Powder can only find 6mm Napoleonic era. Oof. That's awesome. I've heard good things about Altar Freedom. That's pretty cool. I know this is a bit of a divergence here, guys, but you know what I'm like. Napoleonic, is it? Okay, so I think Pendraken does 10mm Napoleonic, but I'm not entirely sure. There we go. I just like them for their prices, they're really good. Okay, so we're done with this area for the time being. We only spent about, let's see, just over an hour on it, which is not surprising. But we are as prepared as we can be. Okay, so they're going to Manado. They're going on, I'm going to tell them to go on Absolute, make sure they actually get there. They are set to unload, which is great. Home port is Mobile Dwarb. What I'll probably do is have head over here to Davao, then at least I can pick up additional forces from Davao. The amount of endurance isn't great. Okay. Retirement allowed. Basically, once you get out of there, that's good. Now, this force over here, it's like I only have 35 AV. I'd like to get some more forces in here before we do go for an attack, especially more supply. But if I could reform that unit as a whole, that'd be great. If I could reinforce them, that'd be even better. Okay, so I do have the Kahuku Maru. Now, she's going to be heading towards Kandari. The reason why she's quite happy, and the thing is, it's like, she is a Ansu? Yeah, she is. Well, in fairness... No, in fact, what we're going to do is yeah, she's going to stay on that. But what I'm going to do, I could have her merge with that one, which is fair enough. Yeah, okay, actually no. I was considering using her as a fast transport to move cargo from here to there, but I can do that with ships over here. Might as well make use of her while she is here in the area. Okay, so what she's going to do then is she's going to move down. I think I might have her head to Kandari at least, and it might attract a lot of submarines of the area, at least gives more information about the area in general. It might even act as potentially another target draw, so I'll have them a low threat threshold. Well, I should just have a normal threat threshold. Those guys are heading for Manado. Okay, so I've got all these submarine chasers there heading into port there, Valdoir. Right, I've got 2 DDs there also heading in there. They do need to refuel. Okay, so I've got these 2 over here. Got 2 submarine, sorry, torpedo boats. They are low in ammunition. They obviously do need to refuel. So the ammunition, that really matters. It's just the fuel. If I had the fuel, I'd take them elsewhere. But they're going to continue to... Yeah, they're going to head to Bavardoir. So return. But then I can use them. So what I'm going to do then is actually use them to help pick up the 23rd Air Flotilla. Oh, that's pretty cool. And as I say, I suppose it comes down to, like, what do you prefer? It's like... 6 mils really effing small. I mean 10 mils small, but 6 mils really effing small. And then there's like people who play 2mm and you're like, Jesus. Okay. What I'm going to do over here then is form ASW task force. Then again, they don't... What class of ship are they? These are Kisos. They don't carry much in the way of cargo. They are very slow, but not exactly great. But what I'll do with them is I'll have them head for Kandari as well. At least then I can actually get some additional PBs in that area, which we're going to need. Okay, got these guys over here. So I got mine layer coastals. I'm going to need them down there. How many mine layers do I actually have here? So I need to disband 1 to... Do I have any mines here? I don't actually have any bloody mines here, do I? Are you carrying mines? You got 20 mines on you at the moment. Well, I don't need mines here as such. So that's 40 mines. You do act as improvised PB, so that's not too bad. My friend got me into big army battles. Yeah, I mean, this is it. Can't argue. It really does feel nice. We got like large amounts of units. Okay. So I do have the Subari. She's low on fuel, but she could be refueled. She has a tonnage capacity of 450. No ASW. She has decent maneuver. She has 35 mines, but the thing is, it's like she can actually load up some troops, so we're going to have that. We'll do that separately. Shame that she's so damaged. She would have been very handy. She does need to go back to Japan, to be honest. Okay. Is that docked up? What I might do is actually get the mine layers moving now. I'll have them on ASW patrol, but I'll get them moving now. Actually, they can't do that, so I can have them on just mine lane. Yeah, we'll get them moving over there on mine lane, because that means I could potentially lay down 2 minefields over there at Kandari. which is going to become quite important, actually. So we'll have them head for Kandari. They do have XW, so at least they can protect themselves as well. So what ships has Davy Jones claimed? Unfortunately, he had claimed the battleship Haruna, which is unfortunate. He claimed this turn the Amagiri and an AVP over here, the Bellatrix, which is a allied ship. But we did find a clan McNaughton, or whatever it McNaughton, which was a car ship. I think she died. We hit her 8 times with 250 kilogram bombs, so I think she probably died in these waters. Okay, that's 40 mines, which is good. How many mines do you get there? I think it's like I could potentially even have 20 mines there, 20 mines elsewhere. The thing is, yeah, probably is, we'll tell them not to lay mines as such. Oh, we haven't lost a heavy cruiser. We haven't lost one. We have over here Mogami Mikuma. Okay, so your job is... Yo, where's the charm life? Merge with Task Force 12. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, pretty much. And probably the only ship that didn't get hit. Okay, we've got the APDs over here. They're going to unload over here at Baldoir. We're going to obviously refuel. They are carrying about 448 troops, but what they're going to do is actually pick up assets over here and get them moving. So what I'm going to do... Yeah, she's a very nice ship. I mean, they're all very nice ships. We've got I-156 over here, but she needs to be rearmed. I'm going to have an AS sent out this way, actually. I forget what you need to rearm submarines, actually. I think it's 1,000, something like that. Right, well, anyway, what we're going to do here, then, is... Fast transport. Yup. Okay, she hasn't got amazing range, but she got okay speed. Can put in the APDs with her. I think the APDs... How fast do the APDs move? Okay, they move 29. They are Minikazis. But I could have one of these slower escorts maybe go with her or something like that. 10 hexes, okay. Well, I'll have some additional forces over here, actually. Anyone red Japanese destroyer captain? I've heard about it. Okay. So, Donker. She doesn't actually have the option to load troops, so I suppose she can't actually. No, it looks like she can't. That's pretty awesome. The Japanese San Diego. She can stay here for now. Right, you're going to load up the 23rd Air Flotilla. On Amphibious. It's not as efficient, but at least they're ready as soon as they arrive. Okay, so you're going to load up the 23rd Air Flotilla. I could have them take supplies as well. Which, okay, we'll go for that. They can load a little bit of supply on here, that's okay. So they're going to load supplies. I was going to save it here as well, just in case. There is a bit of a storm developing outside, so just on the off chance that power went, at least I'd have a save. Why does it show stars? Where we're looking. Okay. So I'm gonna stand these guys down for the time being. They'll move them in afterwards, but they can't do it right now. So just go on supply transport, but just stand down for the time being. Just 100% rest. Once we do capture the base, then we'll get you in there, but not until then. Oh. I don't know. It's one of these, I think, chats with somebody today. Okay. 6,000 naval search. It's fine. Right, yeah. So these guys are going to be heading into Babal. It's going to be one of these of, do I unload the 65th? I think what we'll do is we'll unload the 65th, and then at least I can move more assets, because I'm not going to need ground forces as such. I will need them, but what I'll be probably doing then is just like having like, identifying bases that aren't garrisoned and using like a single ship and a PB just to move forces in there. So unload cargo once you do arrive. The thing is I've got 2 patrol boats I can make use of then. The supply is going to be very handy as well. Okay. Couldn't tell. Okay. So I detached the torpedo boat Chidori. She's going to head over here to Naga. To actually link up with the ship over here to pick up those assets. Now, originally I was thinking about having the APD stop in Naga. But what I'm going to do is have the APD Fuji and Hagi. They're going to make a beeline for Babal. And then at least we can actually get them in there to get the actual assets moving quicker. So it's one of these of like, we could load up the Koi over here at size 2 port, or we could load them up over here at size 3 port, which is going to be a bit quicker, plus they're nearby if they can refuel too. Right, okay. These guys, I'm going to need escorts for these guys as well. They're currently escorted by Gadachi, but they're carrying the 1st RF gun battalion, which is some AT guns. Probably not best served there, really, are they? They could do with being elsewhere. 4th Independent mortars. Those are some big-ass mortars. Field AA. It's really only these 2 units that I want. Well, these units here that I want. But we'll have them move for the time being. What I might do is have them move in there. It's going to take them a while to move through this area anyway, so it's fine. These guys moving in over here. Okay, well, what I'm going to do over here then is I'm going to attach another destroyer. Matsukaze. Matsukaze is going to meet with Task Force 195, merge. What I'm then going to do then, well, what I'm going to do then is, let's see, form new Task Force Amphibious. Take all the APDs. So this is all construction, so basically engineers. Engineers engineer vehicles. It's one of these, it's like, the reason why I've detached them is so I could probably... I can get these guys down there to Babal much sooner. So, like, 2 days they'll be there rather than 4 or 5 days. And these are all Minikaze APDs. So what I could do then is actually potentially pick up the... Because they're carrying about 1,000 men, which is not insignificant. But what I could do then is potentially pick up elements of either aviation or either pick up the 65th Brigade when it does arrive over here and actually have them do a amphibious landing at Ambon. The reason being that Minikaze is a hell of a lot harder to hit than other ships, and they do have a chance to fight back and at least protect themselves. But either way, we'll get them moving. We might decide what we're going to do differently then once we do arrive. Okay. We also do have this force over here, which is Takawa and Targo, Izuyu, and Yura. Well, the 2 destroyers, they're going to move down here to Bamaldwab. We've also got 2 destroyers which are moving down here to Bamaldwab. I think the Enterprise is probably a better fate for the damn CV than what happened historically. I mean, the thing is, I could have them, like, APDs escort this force and then, well, rather get some fuel. Right, they're escorting them back. That's a Fubuki in here, Oboro. I think what I'm going to do here then is actually detach the Oboro. At least then the Oboro can actually get back and actually start to upgrade. Right. Well, you're heading to Tokyo anyway. Disband when you arrive, and upgrade. Hang on a tick. Are you the upgraded Fubuki? Because if you are, you look to be the upgraded Fubuki. Saying that your upgrade is on January 1943. So actually, what we can do then is actually take you back, which is good. At least I get another destroyer there. Okay, you can head to Babaldwab. That Fubuki's moving down there. Ah, thank you very much there, Felix. Really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you very much there for the subscription. Really appreciate it, my man. Okay, so we're going to have a hell of a lot more naval search coming out from Truck this turn. We've got about 70-30 then of a naval search. So the good news is our PBs will be significantly more effective, which is awesome. Okay, plenty of PBs. Plenty of PBs. Okay. They're quite damaged that, haven't they? Oh, that's awesome there, Felix. Yeah, it's one of these things. It's like I think it was the best move to move over to Twitch, just because it's one of these things of like I get the most bang for my buck, I suppose you could say. And obviously, it all goes onto YouTube anyway, so it's not as if anybody's missing anything. It's just like on YouTube, it's just there's really not a very good incentive. It's really quite bad. That, and there is always a chance that YouTube could decide to just basically get rid of everybody at a moment's notice. Who knows? Well, this YouTube Union stuff is actually really interesting. Okay, so they've got a shitload of flotation damage. How much is it major? Right, okay, so it looks as if I was deciding to keep them here so they can have that minor damage repair, but then again, there's no real repair capacity here. No, actually, no, I'm wrong. There is actually repair capacity. Though it comes down to, should I just have them move out? Maybe move your aircraft over to another? Sadly, no. I think I'll have her move to Yokohama. Undergo repairs at Yokohama. The thing is, like, she can still operate, but the thing is, it's like if we send a submarine with about 14 flotation damage and 23 system damage into combat, it's like she'll probably die a hell of a lot sooner than she might otherwise do. So it's probably better in the long run, because at the end of the day, she's a worthwhile asset. Have her head home. I might even keep that float plane, to be fair. Disband when you arrive. Though, you know what, saying that, she can go repair at Singapore in the future. When we do take it. But the thing is, it's like, I don't have to use her actively, but having that additional search plane would be very nice. Okay, we'll have her move down to the Coral Sea. Sure, feel free to ask away there, pirate. Right, at least then she can actually operate. Thing is, she doesn't have to be directly engaged in combat, but she can actually help out our other submarines be significantly more effective, which is very handy. Okay, to send her down to the Coral Sea. Might as well make use of her. Okay, so moving over the base force there. What's the plan once the Dutch East Indies and Papua New Guinea is captured? I mean, I'm going to be working on capturing this actually rather soon. I've got all these forces over here, so might as well get them ready. The plan really is just to fortify the Pacific, fortify the Dutch East Indies. Definitely get the convoys moving out, but as far as it goes, just... Well, oh, in terms of my objectives. Well... Maybe we could go for Darwin. Maybe. Might be potentially worthwhile. Though I think I might look towards pushing this area a little bit more, but it really does depend. I think as far as it goes, we have the Dutch East Indies, New Guinea, the islands we've already taken. I think that's pretty much as far as we'll push it. We saw this hasn't worked, which is a shame. So in return these forces, we will attempt this again potentially in the future. But we might have to accept that this is the actual perimeter of the Empire for the time being. There's always ebbs and flows within the actual games over here. So, the thing is, it's like, if we don't advance now, doesn't mean that we never will again. It's just an ebb and flow sort of thing, so we'll go with that. We'll consolidate, we'll take what we can and then consolidate, and then, once we're consolidated, then we can push out again. Right, so what do I have over here then? So I've got a number of ships over here that I can actually use for land-in forces. Right, so I'm going to take 10 of these. Some of these are kind of viable though, and probably should send them back. Okay, not these guys. These guys need to go back to Japan to be overhauled, well, to be converted. Okay, 7 will do. Okay, what I'm going to do here then is take the Maizuru 2nd, 7th Independent, load them up. Those are paratroopers. Probably do with sending them back. Got the 1st Raiding Regiment over here as well. They might come in handy. It's one of these things of like, I did have potential uses for them, but I don't think they're really being used well over here. But either way, verify that load. Just load troops only. I'll tell them to load supply manually. Right, so what we're doing here then is we're having each of these ships take on some elements over here. So then what we're going to do is we'll run some reconnaissance against these islands, sort of these bases over here. And we're going to go and take these bases. Take all these bases, take everything we can. Everything we can here. Okay. And I've got a few PBs in here as well. I think what I'm going to do here then is take Kashino. I don't think she's really doing me any good over here. So, what I'm going to do then is going to grab the Kashino. So, what I'm going to do then is grab... I mean, this is a brilliant little thing there. So, I'm going to grab these guys over here. The Tosus. They're not great, but I'd rather use the Ansu potentially for something else. But then again, actually... I'll throw her in as well then. And the Saga. But again, she's not making a difference. Okay, we'll put the Kashino in there. and the Yasukuni Maru. I'll really, actually, yeah, we'll put the Saga back in there. No, same down, actually, I'll drop these. Too slow, really, aren't they? Okay, I'll take the Hayati. And the Mutsuki. And I'll throw this Saga in there as well. In today, she moves 90 knots, so she's okay. They're going to move over there to Babaldoir. The reason I'm doing that is because then that would actually give me the ability to rearm all but the Yamato at Babaldoir. These guys are loaded up, which is great. That we can obviously have the submarines tended over here. Ideally, what I'd like to do is like base submarines out of Balapapan in the future, or at least anywhere where there's fuel available. So they're going to go over there. Auto disband once they do arrive. Okay, what I'm going to do now then. Mine lane. Oop, these are too big. Oh no, these are little ones. Okay, that's fine. Cruiser mine layer. Coastal mine layer, I think it is. Okay, now, well, they've only got a few mines. But that's fine. Basically, I want them to be tenders. So what I'm going to do then is, I'm going to begin by sending them out to Rabal. Yeah, no, it's really good, isn't it? I think it's like the Japanese overture. No, it's Stalingrad in D minor. Yep, so those mine layers are going to be heading out there. What I'm going to do then is move... is it? Strange. That's what it's coming up as over here. It might be like the Japanese overture. Yeah, here's one of my favorites. Oh, strange. So move these A5 M4s to Honope. I want to move them over here to truck next turn. But yeah, basically, those ACMs I'm going to move. I'm going to have like one of them at each of these islands. Basically, what we want to do then is be able to maintain or lay mines at these little islands over here. We kind of want to form like air-based clusters, for example. So like, if you take a look at Luganville, obviously we do have little dot bases over here, where we could actually build up potentially little airfields. And then what we'd do is we'd lay mines there. We'd basically make it very hard for him to come in here and bombard, or to come in here and attack. Because obviously he runs the risk of mines. Makes it difficult for submarines as well then to operate. Okay, just going to save it again because that storm is getting a bit worse. Make sure we have a save as always. Okay, you know what guys, something that I actually didn't notice in the first stream, and only noticed yesterday, is we see a little force over here. So that's 2DD's Tanker AV, which is very interesting. Now, let's see. Hmm. See, the thing is, it's like I could attempt to chase it. But my endurance isn't exactly amazing. Attacker and AV, yeah. Some of these have good. Right, okay, what we can do here then is we'll have two of them chase it. I'm going to assume its destination to be Pagao Pagao, or Pagao Pagao, Pagao Pagao, Pagao Pagao, something like that. So we'll have them head towards the Samoan Islands. I'd be completely, I'd be pretty shocked if it was. Not ruling it out, but I'd be kind of shocked. Right, also down here. And it's an AV, so it's an aviation tender, but it... I mean, well, yeah, maybe. But I'd be kind of shocked if it were a CV, not gonna lie. I mean, if it is, I'd be bloody well shot, but we're sending two subs out that way, so at least we've got that going for us here. But I'd be kind of shocked. Would be kind of shocked. Can also see this aircraft over here, so we know he's busy over in this area. There we go. This sub over here is going to have to retire. Which is fine, so heading up this way anyway. Right. I think I'm going to go over it. But again, I don't have the patrol distance for that. I might have to still have you pull back. You could do a short patrol over at Norfolk. It's about it. In Shangri-La. Yeah, they're out there somewhere. Oof, and the heavens have awoken. You ought to see the rain outside here, guys. Right, save it just again. I don't know if you guys can hear any of the weather in the background. Okay, so she's heading home for repairs. Yep, you can upgrade, so that's good. I was going to be back in a second here, guys. I'm just going to have to close these windows, otherwise my books will get wet. 2 secs. Okay, there we go. Now, currently, she's heading to truck. The beautiful thing is she's already loaded up with troops, so she's going to be used in the, yeah, 190, very, very frightened. Right, she's going to head over there to truck, she's not going to unload. Basically, we're going to have her to form part of the invasion forces over here for New Guinea, and etc. So she's going to come in very handy. I can't give a rule. She's heading down that way. Thing is, though, she's lacking an escort. Holy mother, that's a lot, right? Yeah, that's pretty incredible. Okay. Looking for PBs that got a decent amount of fuel. You'll do. Actually, a bit too slow. What I'll do is I'll detach a DD. Yeah, something like that. Right, she'll do. At least it gives you some escort. Hmm. Right, okay. What I'm going to do is actually transfer some H6K4s down to Tarawa. At least then that extends the search network down a little bit more. So they don't have to do that. So 50-50 works for me. Naval search is good. And we extend it a little bit further. Now, so we did have Jakes over here. But the good news is then I could potentially move these Jakes elsewhere. But for the time being, they're okay. I mean, maybe we'll keep them here. Maybe we might move them. Got 3 there. Some reserve. Not a huge amount of supply here. Okay. And again, I could maybe move H6K4s down here in the future, actually. The other thing is, well, yeah, they could operate from there. I might have missed a trip by not doing that. Okay, the H6K4s can move over here to Funafuti next turn, actually. Lucky for us, we won't need to deal with Thunderbolts. Yeah, I mean, Thunderbolts are fucking incredible aircraft. Just crazy good. Okay, so the Kidbatai is going to continue to move out of the area. I'm going to leave them just on a little bit of rest. There we go, so our dive bomb is at 30% search. While in this area, 10,000 feet's fine. Same for these guys, going to up it to 30% search. These goddamn claws. Okay, 30-30 works. Leaves about 40% of the squadron able to go out there and help. Obviously with the escorts. J2Ms. Not entirely sure, actually. Okay. So I've dropped the amount of... Yeah, we're low on torpedoes, which is dangerous. So I've dropped the amount of combat air patrol, obviously because we are moving out here. I've increased the amount that would go on escort. I've increased the amount of naval search as well, so that we are more likely to get strikes if there's anything around here to actually strike at. I'm going to allow more zeros to be part of strikes as well. Once we head into these waters here, we'll increase the amount of rest. But while we're in Australian waters, we'll be more of our tiptoes. Okay. So we're going to have the 4th Infantry rest, the 144th is going to attack, 61st, 85th are going to rest, and the rest is going to attack and bombard. Works for me. You're heading back to Rabaul. I'm going to have you head to Tulagi, actually. A little bit closer, you might be able to make that. Yeah, you should be okay now. Have these guys run at night. Alright, I always forget about that. Then again, might as well have them run like that then. Ideas we might be able to drive them out. Okay, you're still running ASW. Once I get rid of this submarine over here, then I can actually start to run stuff well. They'll run ASW as well. Yeah, I'll try and drive them out of the area. G3s are running naval attack. I'm going to have them run naval search. There we go, they're running 18, they're going to run 15 instead. Alright, there we go. They're heading into port. PBs are going to go pick up more supply, move it to Rabaul. We're moving the 24th Air Flotilla, so it's carrying just a couple here at the moment. But obviously they're going to move them back and forth. The IJ and IJ got plenty of good aircraft in 1943. It's lack of pilots, well, pilots, etc. It's just infrastructure. It's a lot of different things, really. They had okay aircraft. Yeah, this is it, really. Right, Kiso. Kiso's going to head over here to Babaldoir. Can make use of her. Just one's enough. These guys are heading back for repairs. Once you do arrive, you're heading to Tokyo, but I can have you go to Yokohama Yokosuka, which is one less X. End of the day, why not? Auto disband when you arrive. Those guys are heading back to Tokyo. Yeah, I'm trying to pick up the supplies from Tokyo, so we know Tokyo does actually have a decent amount. Oh, wow, okay, whoa! Finally! Gifu is at 10,000 supply. My god, it's only taken a while, but we finally are there, guys. That's excellent news. That's what we want. What will we be doing with the heavy surface fleet near our landings? Oh, Carl. Oh, Carl. Okay, so what we're going to be doing here then is the heavy cruiser force is going to remain at Kandari with 2 reaction. The battleship force is going to move over here to Kandari with 4 reaction. The 2 CLs are going to merge with the CA force over here at Kandari. So we'll have 4 BBs, 4 DDs. The actual carriers are going to move over here. We're going to be having a 17... I'm going to have 17 A620s running long-range combat air patrol over Task Force 4-2. The amphibious force is going to be moving out here to the shallow ocean hex along with the Kitapatai. And we've got the Kitapatai really set up for war, really. There we go. These guys are going to be attacking here deliberately. They're moving in, moving assets. These guys are going to be moving to Babaldoab. The good thing is I'm going to need that supply, but then we'll be able to use it to move a lot of assets around here pretty quickly. I'm going to look towards Blitz in the area. The good news as well, I'm going to have a decent amount of the 65th. So that gives me a lot of options. A lot of potential there as well. If you can get the N1K1 ASAP, you'll probably be quite well for dealing with any fancy Hellcats. Yeah, pretty much. We're going towards the KI-84s, I think, at the moment. Okay. So, sorted this situation out. Now, what I'm going to be doing as well, what I've done, is I've moved the KI-43-1Bs. The 1Bs have been moved over here to Naga, as well as the 11th Sentai. What I'm going to be doing is moving those. I mean, the 11th Sentai are going to have to move to Babaldoab to be able to transfer down into Kandari. But the KI-43-1Bs should, if we take the base at Kandari, be able to transfer to Kandari directly. Now, the distance from Kandari... Well, the distance from Naga to Kandari is 25 hexes. The KI-43-1Bs have a maximum transfer distance of 31 hexes. So the good news is I'll be able to move them straight in there. I mean, they'll take a bit of, like, fatigue and etc. We might lose one or two on the way over. But the thing is, we'll be able to get them there. Skipping the 6-1. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. The troops are marching over here. They'll be there shortly. Right, what I'm going to do here then is, let's see. Airfield attack. Set all level bombers here to do the same. What I'll do then is just have these KI-27s just escort. No reason not to. Make sure they're well protected, I suppose. It's unlikely that they'll be able to attack us, but it's one of those. They're trying at the moment. Alright, there we go. What we're going to try and do as well is move bombers from China if I can. They're restricted. You think these guys would be part of a bigger unit? Only 12 of them, really. Small unit. They're going to move over here to Patan as well. Or to Clark. Right, what I'm going to do then is have these guys go back into the Ki-27s. Take a little while for these aircraft to be sorted out. But what I'm going to do is like use those 43s elsewhere then. So that unit is restricted to the whole miles. Which is obviously less than great. Move down to Shanghai. Even if you're crap, still fine. Yeah, not many of them moved now. Suppose just run reconnaissance, I guess, but it's, well, then again, there's no point. They're not very good at it. Okay, I'm going to move you over here to Shanghai. You're going to run reconnaissance over Wenkao. I'm going to look towards increase my detection level, because my detection level is really not that great. Though saying that, I'll run it over these troops over here, and then at least we know what we're dealing with. It's like, I don't know how strong they are. Those guys are pulling back. Right, range is 4 at max. That's 5. Yeah, there we go. That's where they can be used. Then again, from Hankau. Hankau's a little bit busy at the moment. Okay, so 61st Sentai is going to rest. The 58th Sentai is going to go in now. Yep, sure, feel free to ask. The 100k stack, what will you do? Bomb the heck out of them? How long do we get the ace of them? I'll take a look at that one. And this is the thing, it's like, do I bomb Changsha or do I bomb the enemy stack? It is a good question. You absolutely love the idea of low running bomb strikes, don't you, there, Carl? You absolutely freaking love it. Okay. Okay, these guys are going to sweep Changsha again. See, the thing is, it's like that stack of Chinese troops is obviously an issue. But the thing is, it's not really relevant to the actual battle plan here as such. The thing is, it's like I kind of want it to go ahead and join the garrison at Changsha. That's fine by me. I'm going to continue to hit Changsha. The reason being, well, if he continues to move here, that's fine. I do think the 3rd Division, they might be able to make it out before the battle begins. The 104th is already blocking their supply. So we'll see what happens. If he decides to leave, then I'll bomb him. If he doesn't, I'll keep bombing Changsha. Okay, so the 58th Sentai is going to go this time. A lot of K-27s. Nah, he can't overwhelm us here, Carl. Well, the thing is, it's like, if he's going to continue to advance on us anyway, that's actually better for us. The thing is, it's like, example being we have about 110,000 troops over here at the moment. 995 guns, 644 vehicles. We have coming up over here is another, what's that, 35,000 odd troops. We have another 351 guns, 273 vehicles, some 274 vehicles. Another 251 vehicles coming here. Over here we have another, like near enough 100,000 troops as well. With another 1,000 guns. And another nearly 2,000 vehicles in total. So the thing is, it's like, the more troops he sends here to Changsha, the better. And that really works for us. I mean, the thing is, it's like... As far as it goes, I probably should be bombing the airfield at Changsha to actually stop him from building up fortifications. So I'm going to change tack and hit the airfield. Vote saying that, is that better? Well, yeah, it is. It stops him building fortifications then, isn't it? Use the supply anyway, so that's fine. So we'll hit the airfield. Yeah, but Carl, you're getting too focused on the stack at 100k. Like, yeah, it's 100k. But the thing is, like, what's he going to do with it? He can try and attack us, but it's like, well, he's fucked. If he does, he's fucked. He knows he's fucked. The thing you've got to bear in mind is, it's like, for example, he's already got 200,000 troops over here at Changsha. And he's not attacking. And it's only going to be a few days before we get like near enough 150, maybe to 200,000 Japanese forces over there. We have a lot more in the way of firepower. We have a lot more. The fact is, we have vehicles. We actually have tanks. The thing is, he doesn't have tanks. Or he'll not have many of them. At the moment, there's only 2 armoured forces over here. So that's 90, well, about 50 odd tanks. A couple armoured cars here, well, tankettes. The thing is, once we actually get the armour over here, then it's even harder for him. Because he can't defeat the armour if he doesn't have anything. I think it's worthwhile to keep our eye on the actual objective over here that matters, rather than to go for something that doesn't ultimately matter. This force is now cut off from supply. So the thing is, it's going to be just... Once it runs out of supply, then that's brilliant. But what we have to take into consideration here is the indecision. I want him to advance on Changsha. I want him to advance on Changsha. So I'm going to try and maybe encourage him to advance on Changsha. Because then, the longer he spends out here in indecision, the more supply he eats away at. I could throw some actual bombers at him, and I will throw bombers at him shortly. But what I want to do here really is just make sure that... yeah, just try and make sure that I mean, the thing is as well, it's like, once we move out of this hex over here, he's always going to move him back into supply. As it seems, because there's this road will open back up. So I've got to take Changsha. Just got to take Changsha. Irritating, this has opened the road up for Wenkao. So I think what we'll do here then is... I'll go in a bombardment. Though then again, I'd rather know what the actual enemy force is first. That's the thing, isn't it? Okay, what I'm going to do with these sallies is actually change to... Oh, they're already on ground attack, so that's good. Increase the amount of flying ground attack. There we go. Yeah, these are the guys that we want to upgrade to the 43s. God, I need to make it to the cow. You want to look at their aircraft, don't you? Which aircraft was it that you wanted to look at again? Was it the A7M, was it? Oh, the SAM. There we go. Carrier capable, very nice. Good amount of gunpowder there, really. 4 cannon. Really effective. Range isn't that much, but doesn't really matter. I mean, we've dropped tanks. 7 hexes is plenty enough. Maneuverability is not so bad. Overall, good aircraft, armoured, fast, good. Yep, it is. I mean, what we're going to be aiming for is the K-84s. Yeah, the Franks. So they have less than wave firepower. Range is better, which is nice. But again, no, yeah, this is the Imperial Japanese one. Never mind. So that's what we're aiming for ground. What the hell are we aiming for in the air? I think we're aiming for the George. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's the George. It's IGN. I can't remember which one it is now that we're aiming for. That's not carrier capable. I need to find the R&D document again. Yeah, looks like the George. Also, we'll have the other aircraft as well, but that's the ones we're trying to bring down. Yeah, it looks like the George. Okay, it's going to be hitting Clark harder. Unloading supply there, which is great. I'm going to wait for those reserves to arrive. I need to get a mine layer over there to punish Hiroshima, though it's not entirely essential. Having mines at these bases would be nice. God, they're slow. How you doing there, Marauder? Good to have you as always, my friend. Okay, what I'm going to do then is get some miles over there. I'm going to put down some mines on some of these bases here. The one south of Heika. Yeah, it's a group area headquarters. It's been a very long time. It's probably starved to death by this point, but it's just not going away. I'll march one of these units to go deal with it, actually. Oh, you will move time, gang, okay. Actually, you're on the front line, so you do need to stay here. Right, I can send you down there. I can actually have his headquarters moved down there to Changzhou. Do you even have an airfield? You do have a level 1 airfield. Kind of pathetic. What's the plan once you take the heart of China? Well, what we'll have to do then is obviously take our troops out as the political points allows us to. But basically we'll obviously invade Burma, invade India. But obviously just secure our assets in China. But yeah, the plan obviously then is to turn towards India and Burma. Imagine having to march through Tibet. Oof, look at that. Imagine marching all that way there to Rumchi. Actually, there's some decent like oil and stuff around this sort of area, so we probably try to capture that after Chuking. I don't need both of these guys here. It's unlikely we're going to come under attack by any sort of strength unit. So move them both down there to garrison that properly. Probably not even worth it. By the way, that counts as 0 assault value moving out. We'll move them out in the future. Move that AA out there. There's a lot of engineers. The size of those guns there: 24cm railway gun, 41cm, 410mm howitzer. Oof. It's a big old gun, that beast. The VP value of Vladivostok. 630 actually. Okay, so our set is looking quite good then. That was a big old difference. What I'm going to do is move you down here to Nanchang. Just run reconnaissance, but run it without a target. Reason being, I want to just see what's in the general area. But actually move them to right spot. China area. Ah, weird. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so these guys are gonna stand down and rest, which is good. Everybody else is basically resting besides the engineers. Got one AA battalion in action. We'll have a second tomorrow and a regiment tomorrow. There we go. The 48th will arrive tomorrow. I'm going to base these guys over in Kotoburu. It's a level 2 pole, which is fine by me. Rearm level's nothing great. So we'd have to go rearm at Saigon. Even then, that's not exactly great. They're moving out, more are moving in. Right, I want you to return to Saigon, and what I want you to do then is actually pick up supply. They can carry 3,000 tons of supply out to one of these bases out here, which would be great. Those guys can just sit time. Okay, so we're going to be sending a lot more bombers. Obviously not the naval bombers. But that's 64, so it's one of those, it's additional bombers nonetheless, isn't it? So we're going to stand down over here. So I think as far as it goes, like... I think that's the best we can do. I don't think there's much more that we can do than that. Because at the end of the day, we've sorted out what the plan is for the carriers. We had a successful battle over Singapore, but we're going to stand down, rest our fighters, and then go in the day after. I could potentially put some more reserve fighters in there, but I think we still have enough anyway. So that works for me. You're going to be moving, well, escorting the 3rd Division up to Bangkok, which has taken fucking much longer than I would have ever wanted. At least once they're there. These guys are marching on Tavoy. Or Tavoy, whatever you want to call it. Not that long till they're there, actually. About 2,000 odd infantry, not bad at all. In fairness, actually, what we'll do is going to move you up to this base there, and then we can march over to that base at Momian. I do need a garrison there. I'm gonna have them go and garrison that. Are you talking about a war in Pacific? I could really do a movement on all these units. Yeah, it really doesn't matter then. I need to pick these guys up. Need some escorts over here as well. Okay. Not too long left now, only a few things to do. Okay, so Infinite was so nice actually provide me with this list of all the actual AKs and stuff like that, and really what to do with them, so that's really nice of him. So we go ahead and make use of that. Speaking of that, we're gonna wait for the submarine threat to die down there. Cargo capacity. Okay. Right, I'm looking for the Tohos, which have 8, 9. Nine, 6 is the Gozans, which are Pickets. I don't know what that particularly means. Okay. Yeah, here's the Tohos. Tohos, we are going to convert all to troop space. So as you can see over here, what we're going to do then is really good, is convert the troop space over. So yep, that's going to go ahead and convert. Gonna be kind of annoying if I have to keep scrolling down. Yep, God hates me. Okay. Oh, this is so much fun. Oh, thank you very much, there, Pirate. I feel like started a bit warm. Oh dear. Thank you very much, there, mate. Really appreciate it. This is great. I mean, it means that we can move like a lot of forces using something that doesn't... Yeah, it's only 7 VP. But the thing is, they can still carry a good amount of resource as well, a good amount of supply as well. They're really quite good. Speed ain't bad either. How you doing there, Sean? Not too bad. We're going to be done shortly. Just making the final touches to the actual turn here. Again, these guys converted over to carry more troops. Sorted out our plans with the carriers, which is good. Solid plan. Should work. At least there's a good chance of working. Okay, this is going by quickly. Yeah, there's only a few left now. No, Ryan, thank you very much there, my friend. You know, I've not had any, like, chewing gum for the longest time. It's one of those things, isn't it? It's like, you're probably better off, like, buying a pack of mints or some, like, soft, well, hard sweets, you know what I mean? Probably last a while. Like, gum's one of those things of like, I don't know. It's in a weird place, isn't it, really? Because it doesn't last that long, but yeah, you're paying, like, out the arse for it. There we go. So those are all done. That's brilliant. Right, where have we got here? Q shoes. We'll get these ships converted over, and then we'll be good to go. So the Q shoes AV conversions. Start on that now. Yep, convert you to Navy. 210 days. Look forward to seeing you in the future. Use and ends. First AKE. Yeah, so I can't upgrade them until May, but eventually they'll become our ammunition carriers. Got a Ushimi. 8 ASs, 17 ARs. Well, I can't do the ARs yet, so I'll get some more ASs going. We don't know how many we're going to lose them by the time these guys are done, so might as well get them going. Right, what else we got? Tohos. Tohos! Yeah, convert the cargo space. Really glad actually I got these guys here because we can actually really use them to move troops out of Tokyo. Ooh, I actually need you. Damn. Oh, well, kind of late. We'll be alright, I'm sure. Okay. Once you get the carrier conversions for the AVs, you can get a Kidabutai force for 1,000 aircraft. Not for oh dear. Miyati. Amphibious. Where's me? Okay, there's a good few over here actually. Use an end. Lemurs. Long distance cargo. I was saying that I'm going to convert these to AKEs. It's not going to take long either, which is quite nice. I could just convert them back as well, which is nice. But I could do with more of these AKEs. Like, they can actually rearm. Like, basically the cargo capacity is the amount of rearm points, so they're really quite good at what they do. Okay. Akassis. Akashis. Small port pickups. Gozans. Pickets, whatever that means. Oops. Toho. Get your cargo space converted. Right. Ah, right, these need to become PBs. There we go. Really nice ships. Right. How long's that take? 21 days, that's fine. Look at a nice solid PB then. Okay. What else do we have here then? Standard C. Oh, we'll convert them to tankers later on in the war. Diagons. And Yazis. I'll do. Convert some of these to destroy tenders. Nice, convert these guys to PBs. Oh, Castle D's. Tiny pot collection. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, I obviously do need a escort for Shoho. Alright. So, I've not been looking at the chat here, just been doing this. Okay, so, what have I missed? We can out quantity the US in certain things at certain periods. Also, we have the ability to concentrate. Alright. Well, the thing is, alright and good having all the carriers in the world, but the thing is, if all the carriers in the world don't help you to take islands, well, obviously they do help to take islands, but you could park all the carriers of the US Navy outside Saipan, doesn't mean it's going to fall. So it's one of these things, we're going to use that against him. At the end of the day, we'll force him to fight. But I'd say we're pretty much about done there. Could do a few more things, but that'd be just taking too long, really. Actually, let's see here. Yeah, they just came into port there. That PB needs to be repaired. That tanker could be moved out, but that's okay. Do I have any mines here? I do. Yeah, but he's got to get those divisions there. And the thing is, it's like, yeah... it's one of these, I'm not going to be idle. It's all... See, this is the argument of the US player. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get all this, I'm going to get all that, I'm going to get all this. It's like, yeah, sure, whatever. The thing is, it's like, you're not going to get that until you actually get it. Until that point, it really is irrelevant. He's going to get to that point where he can actually pull off those invasions. And I'm sure as hell not going to make that easy. So the thing is, he might have all these Marines. But, yeah, but we're gonna have plans. We have plans. It's going to be a lot of fun. So the thing is as well, like, we can make it difficult, we can obviously fortify the islands, use far smaller garrisons to hold off far larger US forces. It's one of those things of like, I don't need to I don't need to beat his carriers, I just need to beat the logistics train, really. Mines are also very handy, but we'll be developing the base cluster idea as we go on, really. Yeah, it's one of these things, it's like as Japan, we are in the business of the attrition victory. With far less forces. But it's one of those, it's like, if I concentrate on what the allies will eventually get, it's like, oh, it's all depressed and stuff like that. But it doesn't matter to me, it's irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. It only matters once it actually arrives. Okay, could do again a escort for Shoho. Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, it's one of these things, I'm not that bothered about the numbers. I could do is send some destroyers to go escort v Shoho. Have them train just for time being. Oh yeah. I mean that's that's without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, the Japs didn't exactly pick the best. Okay, I don't want to send this Shoho out there without escort. One of these. Tosus. Tosus. Right. She'll do. Okay, she's gonna head to port there to Yokohama Yokosuka. Disband once she arrive. I need to get a well, I need to get an escort. Right, you'll do. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Oh dear. Either way, we'll make THG pay, really. Honestly, as far as it goes for like actual aircraft carrier speed, I think it's one of those things of like, on paper, it's something to shout home about. But as far as I'm concerned, as Japan, we already have the islands that we pretty much want for 1942. Obviously, we want more islands. But we're more or less in a position here where we have the islands that we need. So the thing is, it's like, I don't need to move any faster than 25 knots. 25 knots allows me to operate alongside BBs, which gives me that nice bit of armor and protection. Mostly they're there just to take the hits. But yeah, this is basically it. It's like, I don't need to operate anything past 25. I'm not going to be playing offensively at some point. I mean, we're going to be quite cautious, but the thing is I'm going to be relying mostly upon, like, ground-based aircraft. The characters are going to be a reactionary force. But yeah, there we go. Okay, so I think we're about done here with the turn. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens over here. I think obviously the amphibious force getting out over here will be quite good. We'll move into a position here where obviously it's going to be quite difficult for him to get there. And obviously we still do have the heavy cruisers over here. So that's quite nice. We'll hope for the best. I think we'll be okay. It depends. Worst case scenario is something gets blown up, but so is war. We'll take it. Until next time, guys, thank you so very much for watching. We'll go ahead and name the turn. No, actually, I'm going to just save the turn here, just so I have one as a backup. There we go, we've got our save. Okay, we're going to go ahead and name this, don't fly too close to the sun. There we go. Don't fly too close to the rising sun. I like that. So playing words, I mean, we obviously have the CVL, Hermes, and she effectively flew too close to the sun there with 11 Swordfish. There we go. Excellent. So if you guys have enjoyed this, please do consider supporting myself and the channel. You can do this by becoming a patron today. It really helps me out. But of course, there's other options such as PayPal, and of course, you could become a Twitch member. Twitch, what the hell do they call it now? Twitch Prime member? Twitch subscription, that's it. I forgot what they called it. Until next time, guys, thank you and goodbye. Have a beautiful evening and an even better day. Until next time, Tenno, Heika, Banzai. It's been a good one.